Welcome back in this session, Terraform fundamentals. In this session, we will discuss the fundamentals of Terraform. So, how Terraform came up with this, what kind of solution which they thought about. So, basically, Terraform are designed for the focusing about the different kind of provider having the unified tool which used for the unified language where you user should not the switch with the different case of uh, provider. For example, if a company having the use of the different cloud provider, kind of AWS, kind of the Azure or GCP, or any if you company having the on-prem also, so the company might have the different combination of architecture. So Terraform are come with the solutions where a single tool can support the multiple resource management through the infrastructure as a code. So the first thing is unify the view of the resource using the infrastructure as a code. It supports majorly all kind of running the data center kind of IaaS, that infrastructure as a service, the platform as a service, and the SaaS, software as a service. So it supports to the all kind of architecture in data center. It's exposed the way of satisfy the predictability, the change of infrastructure. Basically, it's the way it's developed and the way it's taking the new features, the way it's taking the bug fixes in the Terraform. It's basically satisfy the predictability of infrastructure, and you will find the immediately solution if you face anything. So basically, you can use the Terraform for the multi-purpose, and this is really one of the great tool where you can write your code as infrastructure automation. So it's managing the anything with API. Basically, Terraform supports the all major APIs at the cloud provider. Even there are some more APIs that we are going to discuss in this tutorial, that the supports the you can do anything with that APIs. So in comparatively the different tools, Terraform versus other tools. So basically Terraform are having the provisioning of the infrastructure. There's a goal of the creating the infrastructure is in such a way that you can manage, you can do the uniqueness, and you can have the managing the utilities not so as expensive. So you can manage your infrastructure with very less effort, and you can not require the multiple resource to manage all these things. A separate planning from execution, that's the dry run. That's the key features of the Terraform. You can run the Terraform plan command and you can identify that's a dry run, that's what's going to happen. So what resources are going to change and what resources are going to deploy. So that we'll discuss in deep in our tutorials. Detailed document. So Terraform having the very good documentation you can find in Terraform docs. So you can find the multiple examples, and it's really easy to get, and you can take that documentation and you can try to implement in your organization. Even there are lots of template available in Terraform registry, so you can use the template also. Basically, Terraform supports all cloud providers that we already discussed. Terraform state, so it's open source tool that we already discussed. This is the really the key point of Terraform, that's it's open source. You can contribute in Terraform. The first release made of the Terraform is July 28, 2014. Over 700 contributors in the Terraform, and there are 6,200 GitHub stats. And Terraform do the release in every 2 weeks. That's the Terraform states. I'm showing the simple template for Terraform. You can this will use in our tutorial. We will going to create instance of AWS. So this is the simple template where we can create a web server instance using Terraform script. So this is the template for creating the instance. Okay. So Terraform infrastructure as a code provide the coding the workflow, create the infrastructure. So basically you can write your code, you can manage your code through the Git, you can make the change, you can see the implementation from the development side, or you can manage your history. So you can trace your coding change and you can do that further debugging also. It's giving the integration for Git, that's code review and all the Git normal code flow. provide the modular shareable component, the separation of the concerns. So basically Terraform gives the module based infrastructure where you can create such modules and you can reuse that modules. Even you can use the attributes for your reference. The Terraform scripts language, basically it's used the HashiCorp script language, that HCL is called. This kind of JSON. It's you can refer kind of JSON. You can see the example. It's really easy to understand. You can see that I'm going to create resource AWS instance where my resource name is my web server, and I'm giving the 2 parameter over my resource. So you can read the code. That's human readable. That's a key point of the Terraform. So Terraform is giving all the major facilities required by the creating the infrastructure as automation. So in next session we are going to understand the installation of Terraform. We are going to understand how to set up it in AWS and how to create the instance in real time using a Terraform.